One of the, I was going to say key talking points from this Premier League weekend was the fact that Chelsea Football Club managed to actually secure Premier League survival for next season. Would you believe it? Would you believe it? I will go into more detail when we get into the video, but holy fuck, how we managed to get to this point, boys. Hello guys, how are you getting on? My name's Aaron Kelly, welcome back to another episode of the Premier League Verdict. Hope you guys are keeping well. And if you go on to enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Really appreciating all the support on the channel from you guys as of recently and throughout the years. We're actually approaching 6 years on YouTube this month, actually. We are now in the month of May. So I think it's the 21st of May is the I suppose, the anniversary of the Aaron Kelly channel. 6 years, man, That's crazy, man. So welcome back to The Verdict, where for the first time, it feels like in a long time, we are bringing back the box system and the box graphic, if you will. With our green, yellow and red box, if you're new to this series, this is how it works. Green box is for our performance of the week. Yellow box, rather, is for our shocking moment of the week, should I say. Red box is for stinker of the week. And I think a few of you can probably guess who's going to get it in this episode. But we are going to start off this episode with a green box for Everton, who have moved out of the relegation zone as far as I can see. Yeah, there it is. Everton up to 17th and Leicester drop into 18th. What a win. What a win for Everton this was. We look at it here, a 5-1 victory for them over Brighton and Hove Albion at the Amex Stadium. And a result I don't think an awful lot of people expected, let's be honest. I mean, this is an unbelievable result for Everton, and a result that's definitely unexpected. You look at a Brighton side who incredibly are closing in on top, not closing in, but still in the hunt for the Premier League's top four and potential Champions League football at the Amex for the very first time next season. They have games in hand as well, especially looking at like Man United dropping points again, which we'll get on to. Newcastle dropping points at the hands of long-time leaders Arsenal, who are now obviously second and kind of playing catch-up now on Manchester City in terms of the title race. But Brighton have been well in the mix and have arguably been one of the best sides to watch this season. They come up against an Everton side who are one of the lowest scoring sides in the division, a side that have been really, really down on their luck, and a side who, honestly, up until today, I was looking at them going, are they going to be able to stay up? And a lot of the time, the resounding answer was no. But what a performance this is. 5-1 victory over Brighton and Hove Albion. 2 goals for Abdoulaye Doucouré, one after just a couple of seconds in the game and then another just before the half-hour mark. And a player really who looked like he was kind of being frozen out towards the start of the season. Sean Dyche has brought him back in, and to great effect. I've always looked at Doucouré and thought he is a very versatile player, very dynamic midfielder, can pretty much do it all, but struggles with a little bit of inconsistency. But my God, what a performance from him today. We have an own goal in there from Jason Steele, and a brace as well from Dwight McNeil, and they did pull one back at 4-1 to make it 4-1 through Alexis McAllister. But there was time for Everton to add their 5th to Dwight McNeil getting his 2nd of the game. But the relegation scrap is looking mental, especially with the result that leaves Leicester in the relegation zone now. What a result that was for Fulham earlier on this evening as well. Willian at the double, Carlos Vinicius and Tom Kearney also on the score sheet. Jamie Vardy missed a penalty, and I know Fulham were absolutely racing clear in this game, and it looked like it was game over after like 20 minutes. But there was a certain point, if Vardy scores that penalty, it kind of makes things a little bit squeaky bum time. But what a game that was, and it really is opening up that relegation scrap. Leeds dropping into it after they lost to Manchester City as well. But what a result for Everton. What a 3 points for them. Nottingham Forest are just about to finish up against Southampton. It's actually got back to 4-3 now, actually, as I'm looking at this. James Ward-Prowse has scored a 96-minute penalty. Probably won't be enough, but what a result that is for Nottingham Forest as well. And it kind of dooms Southampton to relegation, you feel like, at this point. Leaves Forest in a really, really good position and really does land the likes of Leicester and Leeds in it, and they're definitely going to be the bookies' favourites now to go down. But yeah, what a result for Everton. What a performance, and some unbelievable goals scored as well, particularly at Doucouré volley, probably the pick of the bunch to be fair. But we move into our yellow box, and I'm putting Frank Lampard in here because Chelsea have finally got a win under Frank Lampard. Chelsea's first win since March 11, something like 56 days since Chelsea's last victory. That's fucking mental. I mean, I've been a Chelsea fan since I was 5 years old. I've pretty much lived through the best years of this football club, and I don't think we've ever gone on a result or a run that poor in my lifetime. And I mean, you were going into every game expecting Chelsea to lose. And to be fair, this week against Bournemouth, it was no different. Conor Gallagher gave us the lead. Really, really good header from him. But a really, really good equaliser from Bournemouth, who are a side who, like I said in my TikTok, I've been completely floored by Bournemouth, in the sense that I really thought they were going to go down with a bit of a whimper this season, and it's really been anything but. I mean, there was definitely times where they looked like they were in trouble. I thought Scott Parker's sacking towards the start of the season was definitely harsh, but obviously there was kind of things going on behind the scenes there with him. But they've brought it back, and they've been scoring goals. They've been playing lovely football in the process as well. And they're easily going to stay in this division. I know they could have easily secured survival had they beaten Chelsea on Saturday. Couldn't do it, but they did get that equaliser through Matthias Viña, and it was a really, really good goal. And Bournemouth, in fairness, well in this game, and it took an 82nd minute goal from Benoit Badiashile, who, a player that I would have loved to have seen a lot more of since he's arrived at Chelsea. He kind of burst onto the scene and was playing the first couple of games under Graham Potter, and then he just kind of disappeared out of nowhere, out of the starting 11. And we were all kind of asking ourselves why. But really good ball from Hakim Ziyech, who, a player who, listen, we've never doubted Hakim Ziyech's quality on this channel. I think the question marks have just been with his application. But my God, can he whip in a fucking ball with that left foot. That was a super ball in. Badiashile peels around the back and buries it. And an 86-minute goal to put the seal on it from Joao Felix. Look, as far as performances go, not particularly amazing. I think Frank made a lot of changes that, as Chelsea fans, we would have liked to see. Bringing in the likes of Madueke from the start, rewarded for his goal against Arsenal. Mudryk from the start probably didn't grasp the opportunity as well as maybe he probably should have. Bringing Badiashile back, obviously, it should be a no-brainer. Gets himself a goal, and overly just really, really solid again from Benoit Badiashile. And I think it's fair to say the season now is officially over. Chelsea can no longer really contribute anything to this season. The only thing we could contribute is possibly knocking off Manchester United's top 4 holes, which once again we will get into in the red box. But look, a win is a win is a win. Bournemouth is never an easy place to go. I mean, I think we went there under Sarri and lost like 4-1 or something like that. So, you know, especially in this kind of form, it could have easily been a banana slip rather. And luckily Chelsea managed to get all 3 points there with, look, maybe not an incredible performance, but like I say, a win is a fucking win at the end of the day. And that's really all that matters when you're as bad as Chelsea are at the minute. Any sort of positive has to be appreciated because, we are just really, really awful at the minute. In terms of between now and the end of the season, I mean, we could end up maybe getting a win against Forest. It's just gone full time at the City ground there. Forest 4-3 winners over Southampton, but we could get a win over Forest. Doesn't really matter either way, to be fair. I think between now and the end of the season, we just kind of want to see Frank Lampard maybe experiment with a few things, maybe play some players that we would like to see a lot more of that we've seen in January come in, the likes of Badiashile, like I said, the likes of Mudryk, the likes of Madueke, because these players at the end of the day, they need games in order to gain a bit of consistency and get used to the league and the momentum of it and all that kind of stuff. But that's all we can hope for now between now and the end of the season, and hopefully a big clear out in the summer, hopefully a half decent manager comes in, and hopefully Chelsea will be back challenging for European football next season, hopefully specifically the Champions League. But time will tell on that one. The jury is definitely out. Stinker box, and I think his knew this was coming, especially Man United fans. David De Gea. Kind of dividing opinions now. A lot of United fans will stick by him. A lot of United fans feel kind of loyalty to David De Gea, and a lot will feel like his time is absolutely up. And certainly that mistake against West Ham at the London Stadium, where Saïd Benrahma scores the winning goal, what it turns out to be, 27th minute he scored. That was truly, truly awful. Aaron Kelly channel stuff. I mean, listen, we were looking for new keepers for our football videos coming up soon. And listen, if David wants a little fucking application, I can send him on the link and he'll fit right in, you know, because on the Aaron Kelly channel here, we don't expect brilliant goalkeeping. In fact, if you are a brilliant goalkeeper, we would urge you to not join us. But, I mean, that kind of save, that happens week in, week out in the goal recreation series. That's all I'm going to say. What was he doing? Like, there's no, like, element of venom on the shot from Benrahma. Like, when Benrahma's kind of dribbling forward, it's a good move, in fairness. Antonio was involved. He's just dribbling forward, and he really just scuffs the shot. And I remember just thinking to myself, oh, that's brutal. It's basically a pass back. And all of a sudden, it's just in the back of the net. And I'm thinking, what's just happened there? United pushed a little bit harder in that second half, but ultimately weren't good enough. And West Ham claim a massive leap towards survival. I think that's them pretty much safe in what is a big week for them. They got Conference League coming up, a chance to get to the Conference League final, I believe. Semi-final coming up on Thursday for them, so really, really big night coming up this week for West Ham United. But what a way to go into it, beating Manchester United, who, to a degree now, you'd probably look at it and say, not officially bottle top 4, but they're not making it particularly easy for themselves between now and the end of the season. I'm not being funny and saying, oh, they still have Chelsea to play. They do still have Chelsea to play. I don't think it's going to be a particularly difficult game for them, but they need to beat Chelsea, and that's something they've kind of struggled to do over the last couple of years. I feel like the last couple of results between Chelsea and Man United have been just draws all the way around. And United need wins, especially Liverpool won the weekend. We look at their result here against Brentford. Mo Salah with the goal in the 13th minute. Again, not a particularly brilliant performance by Liverpool, but look, the result is there. And ultimately, that's all they care about, is results between now and the end of the season. And Liverpool have kind of come from a point where this has been a really, really poor season from them to now potentially entering the top 4 race. Lads, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I think Brighton are pretty much out of the top 4 race now. I really do think it's between Liverpool and Man United to claim that last spot. But the fact that we're even saying that when United were so far clear kind of shows that they have, to a degree, even a small bit, kind of bottled it. But there's still, I think, 4 or 5 games left of the season. Let us know your predictions on who is going to finish top 4. Also, title race still very much wide open. Man City have that game in hand, but they're definitely in the driving seat. But Arsenal continued their winning ways over Newcastle, so it's all going to be interesting. Let me know your thoughts on all of that in the comment section down below, lads. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, subscribe if you are new, and I shall catch you next time. Take care and peace. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Told him that I gotta go, dog.